Hello ladies and gentlemen, this is Blue Maxima, and we've had some relatively unfortunate news recently. This is kind of why my schedule for videos actually kind of sucks now, because Monday, Wednesday, Friday apparently completely misses stuff that happens on the weekend. But yes, this morning, as I record this, it'll be a couple of days ago for you, the production of Vita has officially ended in Japan, according to Gematsu. They noticed that the pages for the Vita Black and the Vita Aqua Blue now say shipments ended, and they were the last two Vita models that were in production. That officially means that the Vita has been discontinued worldwide, and that is the most unfortunate thing imaginable. I was going to redo my top 100 Vita games video to put in a couple of the other games that came out recently, and it was kind of a pain in the ass to do, if I'm being perfectly honest, because the amount of time that it took to do the previous video was just beyond belief, and I don't have that kind of time anymore, which is really quite unfortunate. But I was going to redo that, and I was going to add the more recent games that came out into that list, but there were only a handful of games that were actually going to go into that list, so I'm going to take the opportunity to talk about them now, because there's only like 3 or 4 of them, and honestly, I don't think, like, adding these 3 games to the addendum and the full top 100 Vita games video would probably make the best list of Vita games out, and that's kind of it, actually. I don't imagine anything else coming out will make it on. Like, maybe Shakedown Hawaii and maybe the House of Fata Morgana. Those are the 2 games that I imagine will probably make it onto any sort of, like, best Vita games list. But honestly, at this point, they're going to come out so late that I'm not sure they're going to make any impact at all. And that's kind of unfortunate. I mean, they probably will among the Vita hardcore fans, the people who are still playing the damn thing. This does include me, but well, let me put it this way. After one particular game that I'm going to talk about in this video, admittedly, I kind of lost a lot of interest. It's just, after this one specific game, it's kind of expecting anything else from the platform is just kind of, like, what's the word I'm looking for? It just kind of seems like that nothing else can really hit that level, but let's get on to talking about them. The first game I wanted to talk about was Roundabout. Roundabout is fun. It's just a silly concept, a limousine that revolves, and you have to drive it through a series of ridiculously built cities and towns, and trying to avoid basically everything and collect a lot of different pickups and meet a lot of funny people. It was done by a fair few people from the Something Awful crowd who weren't complete jackasses. And some of the cutscenes and stuff are absolutely hilarious. The game's got a great sense of humor about it, and you should absolutely pick up Roundabout. The only downside to it is that the port isn't great. They have a bunch of slowdown, and the game doesn't look anywhere near as good as, like, the PS4 or PC versions do, but it's still a really fun time nonetheless, and the port is still playable, if not perfect. So, you know, sure, not that big a deal whatsoever. The second one is Fast Striker, and this is basically just a game that easily could have been on the Neo Geo, but simply wasn't. Like, someone made it, stuck it away for 15 years, then pulled it out of the closet to actually give it another go. And it absolutely does feel like it's from that era. It's a hardcore, bullet hell style scrolling shooter, and it is really well polished. It does the whole scrolling shooter thing really well. The difficulty is ridiculous, but still remains fair, and I'm just enjoying, well, I enjoyed the hell out of what I played of it. I still need to find a way to get a Vita around that still has all the games I want to play on it, and although it kind of looks like at this point, I'm more or less just going to be hacking one Vita that I've got and just sticking every game I can on an SD2 Vita at this point, because, well, that's pretty much how it's going to go. The third game is, of course, Stardew Valley, which is the sort of famous game that kind of proved that the Harvest Moon formula can still work. Make a really fancy farm, grow all sorts of crops, meet all sorts of interesting people and get into relationships with them, go fishing, go cave diving, all sorts of weird little things that really give the game a real sense of atmosphere, life, and style that is absolutely easy to appreciate. And of course, the whole farming gameplay is really well polished. and you can just go ahead and lose a bunch of hours on it because it really is just that good. And I would absolutely recommend that as well. Apparently the port didn't start out too great, but I think they got a patch which helped things. I'm not entirely sure if that's true. I'm probably gonna have to go look that up, aren't I? But yeah, that's pretty much it for everything except the one major game, the one massive hitter, the one that just kind of convinced me that we were pretty much done here, more or less. Like, it doesn't get any better than this. And that would be Muv-Luv and Muv-Luv Alternative, because those games are just brilliant. It takes a while to get there. It's the Persona 4 Golden 10-hour intro of doing nothing times 3, but once you get through that intro, god damn, it gets good, and it gets good quick. It is... I feel bad talking about it. Then again, I have 3 videos on the subject where you can very slowly watch me going from this is absolute trash to this is the best thing I've ever played. So I don't feel the need to repeat myself too much here, but those are pretty much those 2 games are pretty much the big round-off, the big send-off. This is what Vita was absolute best at, which is kind of funny considering it was a visual novel, but still, that is more or less what the Vita was best at. And yeah, and after that, I just can't find myself really playing that much else and feeling the same way about it. It was literally so good that it just makes me care less about everything else that's coming out. I mean, that's entirely me. That's entirely my fault, but yeah, it's just well worth noting. And I still have a list of like 100 or so games that are absolutely worth playing on the Vita, and they are all listed in my other 2 videos on the subject, which I'm going to link in the description. I just wanted to, well, say goodbye, more or less. I'm not done. I absolutely do want to do videos on Shakedown Hawaii and The House in Fata Morgana when they come out. Apparently the Vita port of Night Trap is coming out this week, which I'm really interested in. And I also got review code for Ghoul Boy in my inbox the day I'm recording this, and I'm going to have to go and do a video on that as well. So there are also 2 videos of Vita games that haven't actually come out yet. The only reason I haven't put them out is because I need to go and re-render them again. And that's on Oddworld Stranger's Wrath HD, which I've been meaning to do a video on for a long time, and I got it done like months ago at this point. And Ben 10 Galactic Racing, which isn't actually as bad as it sounds, just purely on the fact that it's a shovelware title from D3. But yeah, look, I'm not done with Vita. It's just, it's getting close. The end is near. I've done videos on pretty much everything at this point, and a lot of the games that are coming out would feel like me repeating myself. Hell, a lot of the games that have been coming out recently have basically been relying on the D-pad and 2 buttons to play, which has really been annoying me. Like, there are literally a couple of games that say they only work on 2 buttons in the descriptions of them, and it just kind of annoys me to no end, because I wish there would be more complex games coming out on the Vita. God, I hope Shakedown Hawaii is actually good, because, man, I really do want that game to be good. Retro City Rampage was amazing, so yeah, that's pretty much it, isn't it? Like, I've got not that much else to talk about. I'm gonna go play Ghoul Boy after this, and once I've done that, well, we'll see. Hopefully, maybe I'm gonna have to do a video on Persona 4 Golden at some point, aren't I? It just seems like something that's going to... It just seems like something that's going to be coming at some point in the future, although it's going to take me at least 10 hours to get a video done on that one. Although I could probably just get like random videos off the internet and then just talk over the top of them, because as long ago as I played Persona 4 Golden, because I played it pretty much the year it came out. Like, I don't think I started on it immediately, but I absolutely did play it the year it came out, and I still have fresh memories of the entire experience, which is kind of funny. Not many games stick with you like that, so maybe I'm gonna have to do it at some point. Maybe I've still got my old save games lying around, and I could just pop in and see if any of them would be good enough to record a video on, and then just go from there. But yeah, if there are videos on any games that I haven't done yet, I know that there aren't many at this point, but if you're interested in particular in any of them, just let me know, because I do have a little bit of free time coming up right now, and honestly, I think I should probably use it getting into the backlog of Vita games that I missed. I did also grab a few PSP games that I missed, and well, there might be videos on them, there might not be. I can't guarantee anything, but just letting you know that might be coming. Also, the month ahead is going to be quite busy, isn't it? We got Left Alive, we got Devil May Cry, we got Super Robot Wars T towards the end, and then there's Sekiro. I'm also probably going to get Chocobo Dungeon because, well, roguelikes. I like my roguelikes. So, yeah, that's pretty much it. Just let me know how you think of things are going so far. Like, I know things that haven't been great recently, but, well, I've been doing my best in the situations that I've been left in, and, well, especially considering Flashpoint took off and all that. I know I'm kind of just rambling to myself at this point. I'm going to have proper videos coming, I promise. I'm just buying myself time to get them done, so... That's a bad admission from me, I admit. But yeah, I'm just buying myself some time to get them done. And, well, maybe I need to go order that SD2 Vita, get some old games and get started. So, there you go. This has been Blue Maxima, and I will see you all next time.